Why am I not manifesting? That is today's question. And the answer, really quick, is, well, in order for us to find that out, you've got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is the gut check. If you're struggling to trust your gut, if you're not sure if you're going to really manifest or you're doubting your ability to make things happen, this video is for you. I'm Sensei Victoria Whitfield, coming to you from the porch at my office here in New Jersey. And this is your business energy flow forecast of the week. These messages are for impact-driven entrepreneurs and leaders like you to ensure that you get and stay grounded and clear in mind, body, and business. The object of these conversations between you and I that we have on a weekly basis is to increase your energy so that you can increase your income and impact, right? And this is an extension of our ongoing conversation about staying on track. We've been meditating on our need, our focus, our objective to stay on track for the entire year. And this is just another episode in that series. In this 5-episode sprint in particular, from now through the next 5 episodes, what we're going to be looking at is, especially if you're doubting your ability to manifest, what is at stake in that? And we're going to be looking at history, science, and spirit for guidance to really bolster that for you. I designed these to make sure that you can listen to it as you get ready in the morning, get your inspiration, your miracle morning going before you hit the ground running to serve the people that you're called to. With that, this is about checking yourself. Of like, okay, wait a minute. If the one thing that we're experiencing right now, we're complaining, we're frustrated, it's like, I can't manifest. It's not happening. Or, all right, I'm going to go, but I'm blocked, I'm feeling stuck. If that's something that you're saying and thinking repeatedly, unfortunately, what you could be manifesting is not manifesting. I'm going to repeat that again. If that's something that you are thinking and saying on a repeated basis, this whole I can't manifest, you very well may be manifesting, not manifesting. And for those of you who are not familiar with the term manifesting, or if you're very familiar with it but you actually don't know what it's saying, I would swap out the word manifesting for producing. Right? If you're not producing results, that's what manifesting is. It's a wonderful, esoteric, superstitious, spiritual, energetic, holistic, right, new age approach to producing and getting things done, performing, and having the ability to deliver on your promises. That's what manifesting is. Manifesting equals producing. So what we're really talking about here is doubting your ability to deliver. And it goes from the microcosm of yourself, your own personal inability to deliver on the goals, the desire, the vision that you've set. But then it extends out with the idea of manifesting out to the universe as well. That we're doubting God, or we're doubting nature, we're doubting the economy, or we're doubting fate, right? And source, we're doubting the cosmic ability to deliver on the vision that we've received, the goals that we've set for ourselves. So be kind to yourself. If you're doubting your ability to manifest, we have got to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because if you don't put that in check, if you don't pull that back, you're going to amplify your inability to manifest, being an inability to produce. And I also want to just drop that seed of awareness of manifesting equals producing. So I don't want you to think that now manifesting means you have to do by effort. No, you can produce with no effort. I mean, that's like you plant a seed out in nature, out in your garden, and that was it. You, in the words of Abraham Hicks, you launched your rocket of desire by planting that seed. Come back, woo! Look at all of the plant, like the flowers, etc., that came out of it. So you don't have to increase your effort in order to manifest more. There's two things that you need to increase instead of effort, and that is trust and faith. And so also for the rest of this 5-episode sprint, we're going to be talking a lot more about what is trust, what is faith, how do we reconstruct that? Can it be rebuilt after lost and broken? And I'm sending you so much love if you've had your heart broken or your trust broken, your trust betrayed by someone, by life, or even by yourself. You've let yourself down. I'm sending you so much love if that's your situation. Again, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, because this series, this time, is for you. With that, let's get into it. We're doing our chapter by chapter study, as always, of Think and Grow Rich. And we're headed to chapter 3, which is the chapter on faith. And super grateful to get to receive insight. Shout out to you if you've been following along in the series, doing our chapter by chapter study month after month, all year long. Because Think and Grow Rich helps us to stay on track, right? That's what this book is all about, and that's what this series is all about by extension. So with that, we're going to turn to Napoleon Hill around this topic of like, okay, why am I not manifesting? What does he have for us on it? And this is from chapter 3, the chapter on faith. How to develop faith. There comes now a statement that will give a better understanding of the importance of the principle of auto-suggestion. Auto, self-suggestion, influence, self-influence. There comes now a statement that will give a better understanding of the importance of the principle of auto-suggestion, assumes in the transmutation of desire into its physical or monetary equivalent, right? So this is essentially manifesting. Like, I have a desire and I need it to translate, as he would say, into the show me the money in this case, right? Namely, faith is a state of mind that may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion. As an illustration, consider the purpose for which you are presumably reading this book. The object is naturally to acquire the ability to transmute the intangible thought impulse of desire into its physical counterpart, money, right? You want to think and grow rich, like the money in the bank, money in the hand, yes? By following the instructions laid down in the chapters on autosuggestion and subconscious mind, as summarized in the chapter on autosuggestion, you may convince the subconscious mind that you believe you will receive that for which you ask, and it will act upon that belief, which your subconscious mind passes back to you in the form of faith, followed by definite plans for procuring that which you desire. Faith is a state of mind that you may develop at will after you have mastered the 13 principles, because it is a state of mind that develops voluntarily. It develops voluntarily through application and the use of these principles. Repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. I love this truck. Yay! Shout out to all of our truck drivers. Thank you for your service. sisters and brothers out there driving in trucks. My grandma was a truck driver. I'm so grateful. I'm thinking of her in this moment. Like, I love you. She used to listen to the radio all night, the truck radio, and hear everyone talking back and forth. Anyway, so tying this section on what is faith back to check yourself right before you wreck yourself. Why am I not manifesting? It is a lack of understanding the fundamental principle of faith, which is, in Napoleon Hill's words, auto-suggestion, or in a word, repetition, right? Repetition of affirmations. Okay, so think of it this way. If you are repeatedly saying, I'm blocked, repeatedly searching on Google and YouTube, how to lift blocks, if you are looking at more and more about how to get unstuck, right? If these are your search terms, your repeated affirmation is blocked, is stuck, right? You're focusing on negative manifestation. How do you say? There's a phrase out there of worry is a prayer for what you don't want. And so we need to establish that the more that we forget to practice faith as an active, positive exercise, right? Of saying, I believe it's happening. I see it happening. It's just a matter of time. Everything's coming together. Everything always works out for me. When we practice our faith and feed it with positive input, then Napoleon Hill broke it down that programs our subconscious mind to produce involuntary productive behaviors in alignment with what you want. You got to talk about what you want. You got to focus on what you want happening. My spirit guides are telling me to out myself. I myself have not been as good lately with my daily affirmations. I was speaking to a friend, shout out to Nettie Owens. She and I coach each other recently about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I know why I doubt myself, because I stopped doing my daily affirmations. And how I personally got back on track with affirmations, I set an alarm clock in my cell phone. For me, it's 7:47 a.m. to visualize this happening. And now it's set it and forget it. Now, I saw actually today, my funnel produced its first return. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this works. Who would have thought? If you feed your faith with positive food rather than with negative focus, it produces positive results. Manifesting 101. All right. So first checkpoint, are you doing daily positive affirmations, or are you spending all your time kvetching, right? Complaining about all of what's wrong with you and what's not going well? Comment below. I want to hear. Are you checking? Because I put myself out there, right? But let's get to it. Okay, so that's what history, thanks to Napoleon Hill, would advise us. All right. Know what faith is. Faith is a repetition of positive affirmation. Okay. I'm not practicing my faith, is why we're not manifesting. Now we're going to head on over to science. Yay, science. In the field of AI. So Napoleon Hill is going to, for the next 5-episode sprint, help us bolster our faith and meditate and understand it better, to better practice and be faithful to the vision that we've set for ourselves and our businesses. AI, over the course of this 5 sprint of episodes, is now going to help us redefine and really deep dive into what is trust. So we now have defined what is faith. This is the second checkpoint that we got to cover. Do we understand what is trust? Because if you don't trust yourself to do the work of like, oh, I'm a procrastinator, oh, I'm always distracted, squirrel, like joking and self-deprecating. Also, if you don't trust not just yourself, but you don't trust life, the economy, your community, the universe, the cosmos source, if you don't trust God, the angels, the ancestors, your clients, if you don't trust your team, if you don't trust anybody, right? What is the phrase? Trust no one. That's also going to put a huge drain on your ability to manifest, aka your ability to produce. Capiche? Let's get to it, though. I want to read to you this article, which, of course, I've underlined and highlighted all the things. So this is coming from Harvard Business Review from this month, actually, September of 2024. Well, that's last month. Last month. So very recently, around the filming of this video. The title is AI Has a Trust Problem. Here's How to Fix It. And this is so good, the chunk that I pulled out from this article, because we're going to now borrow the definition of what is trust from artificial intelligence studies. Because if you've been following my channel this year at all, you would have noticed that, or if you've been following news about artificial intelligence at all, trust is a huge problem. ChatGPT can just make up stuff. Because that's what it has for you. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily right, every answer that it gives. It's just like, oh, here's what I put together. Bloop. Right? Doesn't mean that it was fact-checked at all. That's on you to do, which is really scary because most people, and they give some numbers here, most people don't think it to fact-check what ChatGPT or any other AI produces, right? The response, the answers to questions, they don't think about it. However, when you do that in a medical setting, or like, take this cyanide for your headache. Drink about a gallon of it, you'll be fine. That'll be the last headache you have. So there's a problem. There's a problem with trusting AI. And so let's adopt then where it's currently being debated, right? What is trust? And so that we can apply it to why aren't we trusting the universe to support us? Why aren't we trusting ourselves to produce the results that we've set out to? I digress. AI has a trust problem. Here's how to fix it. The trust gap. In the context of AI, trust means the confidence in a certain outcome. Confidence in a certain outcome. That is how we define trust. Confidence in a certain outcome. So my spirit guides are telling me to pause right here. And remember, this is a pun on the word certain. Certain being a type, right? A certain type, yes? As well as a definite, as in a certain, a very confident and strong, singular outcome, right? So coming back, in the context of AI, trust means confidence in a certain outcome. Users of AI, whether software developers building applications or consumers interfacing with chatbots, must have confidence that the outputs from the AI that they are using are accurate, unbiased, and useful. You wouldn't think, if you push the button for the toaster to cook, that it would cook the toast. You just it's a toaster. Obviously, it'll toast the bread. Obviously, it must do what it's promised. Unpause. Inaccurate or unexpected results, whether Gen AI hallucinations or errors in text-based results and embedded bias, are among the top concerns of curtailing business executives' trust in AI. Meaning, curtailing what? Their confidence in a certain outcome of, okay, I give this over to you, AI, to do this thing, and I don't know if you're going to do it. This is a lack of trust. How big is the trust gap in enterprise? In a recent Forrester survey, 25% of data and analytics decision makers said that lack of trust in AI systems is a major concern in using AI, and 21% cite a lack of transparency with AI machine learning systems and models. Consumers, however, so that's anybody who's using something like ChatGPT, right, are much more skeptical, saying they want to know where the AI resides in their purchasing path. Okay, like pause. Do you remember that way back in a previous episode where we mentioned that there's now fake reviews for products on stuff like Amazon and different websites? They have AI generating fake people to write fake reviews of their products so that it looks like it's 5-star, or even 4.5 or 4-star or 1-star, generated by AI to make you think that there's a lot of testing, a lot of trusted people talking about this thing. Unpause. Consumers, however, are much more skeptical, saying they want to know where the AI resides in their purchasing path and want more visibility into how the organizations they interact with use AI. A mere 28% of online adults in the US say they trust companies using AI models with their customers, while 46% say they don't, and more than half say they feel AI poses a serious threat to society. For the growing swath of organizations that see AI as a key component to their growth, the trust gap must be addressed. Building trusted AI. So, pause. They're now going to talk about 7 things to look out for that can help us rebuild trust after it has been broken. And my spirit guides are telling me to emphasize this for you, because this is not just about AI. Like, remember, we're talking about your ability to trust yourself, and others, and your world, and the universe. So this is 7 layers of trust is what it's called. But we're going to unpack this in a bit. But remember, this is about how you and I restore trust in ourselves, each other, our world, and our universe. With that being said, despite so much doubt and mistrust in the market, pulling back on AI initiatives at this critical juncture might be the biggest mistake a business could make. My spirit guide just told me to pause for a second again to say, if you stop manifesting, if you stop engaging in believing and working on your faith and working on your ability to trust that you can produce, if you stop working on your mindset, this quote might be the biggest mistake you could make as a business owner or as a person in general, but I'm talking to conscious entrepreneurs and business owners here. If you stop working on your mindset right now, this may be the one message of the entire video, the whole week and everything. If you stop investing and working on your mindset right now, this may be the biggest mistake you could make, especially as a business. Unpause. Given AI's enormous potential, the solution to these challenges is not to adopt less of AI, but it is to use more trusted AI. By definition, trusted AI includes 7 layers of trust. Number 1, transparency. Number 2, competence. Number 3, consistency. Number 4, accountability. Number 5, integrity. Number 6, dependability. And number 7, empathy. You could click the link to the hbr.org article if you want to see the whole list, yada yada. Transparency, number 1. To many users, AI is a black box. Explainable AI approaches can improve model transparency and interpretability. Number 2, competence. AI is probabilistic, of like, I don't know if it's gonna. Machines learn from real world data and thus reflect the uncertainty inherent in the world. Business leaders employing AI need to get comfortable with the fact that AI predictions are not deterministic. What does that mean? Competence of have some common sense of it's a tool, it is not God. It's a tool, it is not perfect. You are a tool, you are not God. You are not perfect. You are a tool of the divine. Have some common sense about yourself, aka have some grace. Be graceful and don't give up. Number 3, consistency. Model drift occurs when an artificial intelligent model's performance changes over time due to data changes or other factors. The best way to ensure AI's consistency is to embrace model ops, which is tools, technology, and practices that help organizations efficiently deploy, monitor, retrain, and govern AI models. So you're going to change, long story short. AI is going to change. The answers are going to change over time because it's just aggregating and bringing together all the things that we've said. We're going to change. We age, we learn more over time. Notice that you can't expect yourself to be the you that you were last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Be kind to yourself. Model drift exists, called consistency. Number 4, accountability. AI will never be perfect. So if your organization's AI does go awry, such as when a chatbot for a site about eating disorders recommended visitors to start counting calories, take responsibility. Explain what went wrong and why, and enact clear steps to avoid repeating that mistake in the future. Pause. Accountability is not just about showing up to check-ins, like as if you're receiving coaching. It's also checking in and owning the fact that you screwed up with your people. Don't just put on a happy face or put on a new campaign and act like nothing happened. No, acknowledge what went wrong and clean up your side of the street in the wrongdoing. That builds trust. Number 5, integrity. Assigning a chief ethics or trust officer in your organization can help guide its AI process and build trust both internally and externally. Even without such a position, an organization needs to clearly define which role is responsible for AI integrity. Pause. Not just AI integrity, but your own integrity. How do we determine our integrity is on the right track? Is that we have clear core mission, vision, and values, right? Until you have anybody else working for you, you are a corporation of one, and you are now designated as the integrity officer of your organization to make sure that you are staying true to your brand, staying true to your people, staying true to yourself, staying true to your beliefs. Unpause. Number 6, dependability. Trust in AI means having confidence in its results, right? And dependability breeds confidence. The most effective way to bolster AI's dependability is to test it by simulating situations virtually before testing a model in the real world. Pause. Don't make a promise that you can't keep. And when you make a promise, keep it and keep keeping it. Dependability. Show up. Number 7, empathy. Involving a broad and diverse group of stakeholders to test models and incorporate feedback can remove bias and embed a level of empathy for users and customers into AI models. Okay. That's the end of the quote, but also tying empathy as well as all 7 points of those 7 layers of trust back to why am I not manifesting? Empathy for us as conscious entrepreneurs is important because we're also, underneath it all, artists. You're a conscious creator. You have dreams, visions, goals, etc. You get inspired to deliver your services, right, and products, etc. But you also got to be open to feedback. That's what keeps us as individual organizations, right, business owners, that keeps us open to being empathetic with our consumers, is receiving, seeking, receiving, seeking, receiving, and seeking their feedback. So all of this is to say, right, tying the Harvard Business Review's discussion of trust back to why am I not manifesting? It's because we don't have confidence in a certain outcome, and where it can come from, how we can rebuild that confidence is these 7 checks. Make sure that we are being transparent, competent, consistent, accountable, integrous, dependable, and empathetic. Rebuild that confidence by integrating all 7 layers into that. And I will. My spirit guides are telling me to give you homework a little early in the video because we still got to go to spirit and also give you the action step of the day. But I want you to journal on all 7 of those layers. You could go back in the video. How can I be more 1? How can I be more 2? How can I be more 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7? How can I be more competent? How can I be more empathetic? How can I be more dependable? To rebuild your trust in self, others, and the world, the universe. With that, heading on over to spirit, what do we need to be on the lookout for? I just think, okay, as we're checking ourselves today, just for today, as we say in Reiki, what do we need to look out for? And we've got the 7 of air coming as a challenger. 7 of air. It's swords in the traditional tarot, I think. Nope, wands. 7 of wands, I believe. Actually, no, it's swords. I'm sorry, brain. It's the 7 of swords in traditional tarot, for those of you who follow. Plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. We're invited to take a look at this. We're resisting looking at it. That's why it's coming as a challenger. So we're invited to take a look at. Stop what you're doing and thoroughly examine the truth of this situation. It's possible that your course of action has significant omissions or may be based on incorrect assumptions. Review your plans with an objective eye or consult an expert to help identify necessary adjustments. Exercise caution with the details and avoid carelessness. Review the timeline of your actions. It may be too soon to move forward, or it's possible you're procrastinating and missing perfect timing. Consider that someone involved may have a hidden agenda. Additional meanings of this card: preferring to work or live alone, embarrassing secrets, avoiding responsibility, and theft. So what Spirit is essentially saying by bringing this card forward for us is that if you are not manifesting, stop blaming and start looking within. This is pretty much the same thing that we've been saying throughout the whole video, the whole message. But don't give into or stop giving into the desire to say, well, it's because of the moon, or it's because of them over there, or it's because of the economy, or it's because I'm black, or it's because I'm a woman, right? Or it's because I'm a business owner. It's because yada, yada, yada. It's time to go within. And just like we were saying before, my spirit guides are connecting the dots. If you don't work on your mindset, right? If you keep resisting working on your mindset, air has to do with the mind. 7 is research, curiosity, learning. So if you're resisting doing the work on your mind. This could be the biggest mistake that you make in your business, is to stop working on your mindset. And you'll see it in a lack of producing, a lack of results. With that, your action step of the week is, of course, to go on school. And we are doing journeys and strategic meditations all this month to really feel the teachings and solidify them in our bodies, and allow Spirit to speak to us directly. Because I could say all the things, but it's nothing compared to what Spirit has for you. And so what you're going to do is you're going to log on school. You're going to type in recalibration drum journey. Recalibration drum journey. If you're scrolling, it's in the unguided vision journeys section of our vault of visualizations. It's a 17-minute meditation. You're going to do this daily, but especially with it being an unguided drum meditation, this is for you to move. You've got to move, even if you're just clapping or shaking and moving your body, right? Or shaking a rattle, or even drumming along yourself. But the point now is for you to move and reset your relationship with trust and faith. Move it through your body. I get the chills. Whew. I get the chills. There's something that moving your body can teach you about rebuilding your ability to trust, your ability to have faith, and your ability to manifest and produce the results that you seek. There's something about moving your body, especially rhythmically, like as we are doing in the meditation of the day, that words cannot touch. Words, thoughts, ideas, you've got to feel it. With that, do the homework. So it's the journaling plus the recalibration drum journey daily, so that you reset your energy. And now that we come to the end of this video, why am I not manifesting? You may have heard all of this and think to yourself, wow, that was great. And I have more questions, Victoria. I need to talk to someone about my unique experience around my loss of faith and trust. Like, there's things that you didn't touch on, Victoria. Tell me. Hop on my calendar, click on victoriawhitfield.com/contact. It's in the description of this video, or get any of the calendar links that are in this email, wherever you're, blog post, wherever you're looking at it. Hop on my calendar, let's talk, or you can send me an email, team@victoriawhitfield.com. So you can let me know, what did I miss? What's coming up for you hearing all this? Or if you're feeling more open, go ahead and comment below and share what's coming up for you around why you're not manifesting. What have you been seeing coming up? And if you know and love someone who needs to hear this, make sure you hit that share button, ding, and share this information with them so that they can get back into alignments with the abundance that they seek. Send you so much love. Mwah. We'll see you next time. Remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. Big love. Bye for now. By the way, check out all of these deer. There's so many deer. Can you see all the deers? All those deer. Deer represent the heart chakra opening. This is kind of blurry, I'm sure. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in numerology is making steady progress. And so I'm sending you so much love. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.